The pre-sentence interview and the impact your probation officer can make. Welcome to my video series entitled You're Indicted and Facing Prison Now What? My name is Mark Blatstein, and I understand firsthand how surreal this and overwhelming this experience can be. In 2006, I too was convicted of a felony, and in 2010, I was grateful to have my medical license reinstated. But that's why I'm here, to provide you with the crucial information every day so you can navigate these challenging times, because with knowledge and preparation, this all builds confidence and will help you approach your day of sentencing with a belief that you can have a better outcome. The Department of Justice and Feds have been asking questions, and you've heard rumors. By this time, their case is mostly complete, and they have a 98% conviction rate, which means that the odds are not in your favor of getting away scot-free or without any prison time. You can choose to go to trial, but two couple points to remember, and that is 0.2% win, and you definitely do not want to anger the court. Knowledge is power, and I'm putting it in your hands. So delaying your next step could have severe consequences. Your future's at stake, which is critical why it's important to hire a legal team that has a proven track record of successfully defending cases like yours, but just don't settle for experience. You want to choose a team where they're a good fit for you so you can have the best outcome. Making the right choices today can move you forward with confidence tomorrow. Should you have confidence or have any questions, please do not hesitate to call and consider engaging my services at 240-888-7778. This is your future in your life. So some of the biographical background and personal identification information you should expect to get requests for copies of the following documents: divorce decree, financial records. You need to have a copy of any diploma or the highest educational level you've completed. Also certifications for any trade or occupational training that you have graduated from. Marriage certificate is important, especially if your spouse is going to visit you before they're officially put on the list. They need to bring the marriage certificate with them. Naturalization papers, any draft registration card, car registration papers, military discharge certificates, birth certificate, baptismal certificate, immigration papers or passport, employment verification, pay stubs, character reference letters, military disability information if you have it, income tax reports for the last 3 years or more if requested, outstanding detainers and other immigration issues. It's important to get these resolved before you get into your pre-sentence interview. If they are unresolved and you enter the Bureau of Prisons with a detainer on your record, that could increase your security level. Professional papers, copies of Social Security card, driver's license, birth certificate, we've covered already. Medical records. Should you have a medical concern, you want to make sure that you have copies of all of your physicians, all of their contact information, all of their phone numbers, email addresses. If you've had surgery, copy of all surgical hospital records, the reports, the operative report, pathology report, all blood lab reports, copies of any X-ray diagnostic tests, X-ray, MRI, CT scans, ultrasound, PET scans, EEG, EKG, any diagnostic tests. You want to get their results both on paper, but you also want to get copies you want to get CDs or flash drives. Prescriptions for medications and medical devices, they should all be included in your pre-sentence report, as well as you can bring the medical device with you when you surrender, and you can bring prescriptions. I would say, one, check and make sure the prescriptions are on the BOP formulary or they're available. And two, you may want to bring a week or so prescriptions with you, especially if you surrender on a weekend, holiday, etc. If you're already at this point and don't have the time to wait to view any of my future videos, please give me a call. We can discuss your situation one-on-one. Once again, my phone number, 240-888-7778. The probation officer needs to be viewed as the most important person in your life, because after their interview with you and investigation of you, they control how the judge sentences you. Judges take their information and view it with a very high level of sincerity. They provide information about the offense for which the defendant is being sentenced. And what you want to do is, as you provide all your information to the probation officer, you also want to include your own personal narrative. Right now, the Department of Justice has written your story or your autobiography for you, and it probably is not that flattering as it's your indictment. In your narrative, it should be your story, your life story from childhood any events, the good, the bad, and the ugly that were part of your life from a childhood till today as to what caused you to be in front of the judge. So accepting responsibility is important. Understanding there are victims is very important to the court. So having a remorse for the victims you've harmed is important. Having a release plan is also important. It seems a little bit premature, but the judge is going to want to know at sentencing, what are you going to do not to come back to my courtroom? And so, you know, expressing yourself with humility, embarrassment, um, acknowledging that you accept responsibility and that you understand that you've created victims and you want to make amends. This all goes a long way, both in the narrative that you write, the the release plan that you'll put on paper, as well as your allocution with the court. And so the last part I will bring in here is that at the or before the pre-sentence interview and conversation that your lawyer has with the probation officer who writes the pre-sentence report, providing a realistic sentence recommendation and BOP placement request should be included at this time. If it's not, then it can be included in the sentencing memorandum. But if it's part of the pre-sentence, if it's part of the pre-sentence report, which means that it's been discussed and it's information content that the probation officer can use in their pre-sentence report worksheet, this is important. Getting this information out regarding your placement request and the length of your sentence ahead of time can be helpful. To engage my services, if you have any concerns, call me today at 240-888-7778, as this is my cell and I personally answer and return all of my own calls. For further information, you can go to my website at PPRSUS.com. That's P as in Paul, P as in Paul, R as in Robert, Sam, S as in Sam, US.com. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in today and have a safe day.